Hi, and welcome back to the channel. So, as you can see by the title already, that we're going to be talking about some pros and cons of being a social worker. Now, I know that the social work field is a great profession, but it also has its cons. So, with that being said, let's jump straight into this video. Hello, lovely people. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Lou, and I practice social work in the mental health field, working with children ages kindergarten through 3rd. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my action circle. If you're not new here, then welcome back. Okay, so first off, let's start with the actual pros that the field of social work or the profession of social work has to offer. Now, you always kind of want to start with the pros first, right? And then you come with the cons later. I think that's how it works. But anyway, so the first pro that I want to talk about is that variety. Now, social work is a broad profession. You can do many things with it. I have a previous video that I shared about the different things that you can do with a social work degree, bachelor's level and master's level. It's just it will be just a different pay increase or whatever. You know, the more education you get, the more money you make. I'm pretty sure you know that by now. But it's basically the same thing, that kind of like the same thing that they do, unless besides therapy type work. They maybe be a case manager on the bachelor's level. On the master's level, it'll be like a therapist. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get back into this video. So basically, you can do lots of things with a social work degree. You can actually do school, work in a school setting, a mental health setting, working in a hospice care, a hospital, wherever setting you want to. So it has a different variety of options that you can do with that degree. And that's the good thing about this field. And I really, really feel that with this field, you will not be without a job. And the reason why I say that, because it's so broad. People want social workers. Now, the title of a job may not be social work, but they are looking for social workers in particular. So, and that's why I say that I didn't really struggle with trying to get a job right out of college. I want to say I graduated in May and I started working like that August, and I didn't start putting in applications till like later that May, maybe like the beginning of June. Which, I mean, it can be different in different areas. But like I said, social work has a variety of different options that you can choose from. You're never stuck. If you don't like working with the older adults, you can go work with kids. If you don't like working with kids, you can go working with, anywhere. It doesn't matter. We work with all populations. And that's the good thing about it. Okay, so the next pro is the work environment. Now, this is like, in my opinion, I believe that this is a pro because social workers are kind of put in a safe environment. I'm not saying that every situation will be safe, because I know that I heard many stories about working with CPS and things like that, and how if you don't know what CPS is, Child Protective Services, better known as DHS, Department of Human Services. But anyways, sometimes I hear bad stories about that, dealing with different violent families. But we all deal with violent families, but it's just that the work environment, you're most of the time in an office, you're at a school, or you're like at a government organization or at a hospital. Now, I know that everywhere is not safe, so you never know. Things can happen anywhere and everywhere. But I just believe that me and where I'm at now, I feel safe in my office or at my school. I don't know, it just feels safe to me. I think that's a pro, to have safety like that. And then another pro is actually the opportunity for growth. Now, a lot of people go into the field of social work. Most of the time when you get your BSW in social work, you most of the time get your MSW in social work, which is what I did. A lot of people do that. And it kind of like makes you want to go ahead and further your education. I know like the different jobs maybe offer to pay for your school, or pay for your licensure, or pay for your supervision, or things like that. So there are chances for growth out there in the field of social work. And I like that about it, because you can keep going up that ladder and up and up and up. There's no stopping point. You know what I'm saying? There's no stopping point. You may not know what I'm saying, but anyways, there's no stopping point. You can keep going with it. You can do as much as you want to do with that degree. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss this good info. Okay, now let's look at the actual cons of social work, of the social work profession. Now, keep in mind, don't be scared of this because social work is a good profession, and most of the time, these cons are well across the board with other jobs as well. So don't get discouraged. Anyways, the first con that I wanted to share with you is that being a social worker can be emotionally exhausted. Being a social worker is not easy. We have to deal with different families, difficulty families. And like investing your feelings in certain cases or in certain clients can be emotionally draining. That's why it's important to practice self-care. It's important to set those boundaries. It's important to do certain things so that you can be well equipped, so that you can prepare yourself. You have to take care of yourself so that you can help others take care of themselves, basically. And social work can it can leave you emotionally drained, especially if you don't know, if it's difficult for you to actually find that personal life and job balance. Some people don't know how to do that, and it kind of gets hard because you get wrapped up into it. I have been, I started my job back in August. I've been doing my job maybe for like 9 months now. And I'm kind of hooked on my families, and like it's kind of weird how fast it happened. But it's like sometimes I have to take a couple of steps back and be like, hold on, let me practice self-care, let me set my boundaries, and let me take care of myself first so that I can better help my clients and better help my youth and their families. And I believe that's important to be able to separate that. The next con that I wanted to talk about was the actual compensation. I'm pretty sure you all have heard that social workers are broke, social workers don't make a lot of money, blah, 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 whatever. Because we do this for the love. We really love this. That's why we do this. Now, social workers are not, the field of social work is not the top earning career. Now we do, you can make decent amount of money depending on the ladder that you go up, getting your LCSW, becoming a supervisor, doing your own private practice, just doing different things like that, getting certain licenses and certificates, but it's not the top earning actual career. If you want to become an instant millionaire, this field is not for you. Now, my last con that I wanted to share was the actual workload. Now, that's another thing that, a lot of people know about is that social workers may seem like they are overworked. And that's why it's important for you to practice that self-care and find that personal life and work balance so that you won't feel overworked. Now, most social workers or most people that I know, my colleagues and things like that, they do have a heavy caseload. I know my last caseload, I had like 101 kids, youths, and that's a lot to see. But most of the time they do have heavy caseload. But you got to think about the people who we work with. We work with people that have all these mental challenges, all these behavioral, we're just trying to help. So of course, the field of social work is going to have a high caseload. I didn't understand that when they first told me, like, social workers have a high caseload. I was kind of like, duh, we help people. Like a lot of people, you never know who needs help, and it's just like, duh. But anyways, that's why you have to practice self-care. Most of the time you're going to have a heavy caseload, but you have to practice self-care and find that balance. Okay, guys, that wraps up this video. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you are practicing social work, tell me what field you're practicing. Tell me some pros and cons that you have or you think. Let's chit chat in the comments and get to know each other and get to learn from each other. Because I may have not hit some points that you may, be aware of. I'm still kind of fresh, a little newbie, as people would say. I'm a rookie, but I'm learning and I know something. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video.